Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I stand here today with one clear message that our community in Casuarina wants. Safety, Madam Speaker. And this government is delivering safety. We are acting while the opposition slept at the wheel. Madam Speaker, everywhere I go, whether it's Casuarina Square, Nakara shops, TV bus stop, Tripstone Middle School, or Royal Darwin Hospital, I hear the same thing, Madam Speaker. People just want to feel safe. Parents want their children to walk to school without fear. Seniors want to enjoy their afternoon walks without harassment. Small business owners want to open their doors without worrying about crime, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, this bill and the reforms we have delivered over the past year are about exactly that, Madam Speaker. They are about safety. They are about consequences. They are about supporting police so they can support us, Madam Speaker. This is what getting with job we are elected to do, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, this bill makes a technical change to the Police Administration Act. It adds police public safety officers to the list of officers formally recognized. So we can start recruiting for those roles so we can get on with the job, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, that might sound like a paperwork, but Madam Speaker, in Casuarina, it means more uniforms on the ground, more people in our hotspots, more eyes and ears in the community, and more support for police as soon as possible, Madam Speaker. If you shop at Casuarina Square, if you catch the bus at the TV, if you live near Nakara or Wanguri shops, you know why that matters, Madam Speaker. PPSOs will be there, step in when antisocial behavior flares up. They will be visible. They will deter a trouble, and they will back up our police. So police can focus on the serious crime, Madam Speaker. And we want them as soon as possible at the scene, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, this government has already delivered some of the strongest laws in the nation, and I want to repeat them because the people of Casuarina repeat their concerns to me every day. Madam Speaker, we delivered Eckland's Law, the strongest bail laws in Australia. We introduced mandatory minimum sentences for assaults on frontline workers because no nurse, no teacher, no shop worker in Casuarina should be ever attacked for simply doing their job. And violent criminals should be behind the bars, not in our streets, as Labour want. Madam Speaker, we created new offences for ram raids and for people who post and boast about their crimes online, because the crime should never be glorified, Madam Speaker. We gave police rounding powers to shop knives before tragedy strikes. Hundreds of knives and edge weapons have been taken off the streets, Madam Speaker. Thanks to these measures, Madam Speaker, these are not abstract laws. These are the laws written for the streets, shops, and homes of Casuarina and the whole NT, Madam Speaker. They are laws that mean fewer victims, more offenders facing consequences, and safer families. Madam Speaker, our police now have new powers for nuisance drinking and powers of entry. Public safety officers will step in and ensure.
Take your seat, member for Casuarina. What's your point of order, member for Gwadja?
Order 9, there's no quorum in the parliament at the moment.
2, 4, 6.
There is now, they've just run in.
State of the House.
Has to be 10. So they've run in now. I'll just maintain the rules of the assembly. That's what you might like.
No, I think that it's well in order to maintain the state of the House. 10 members have to be present. Please continue, Member for Casuarina.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So there's a public safety officer will step in and ensure these steps are taken, Madam Speaker. It means these officers will allow other police to respond to job quickly. Madam Speaker, action requires resources. That's why this government has delivered a record 1.5 billion investment in police, courts and corrections. In 1 year, Madam Speaker, we have welcomed 146 new police graduates, brought on 199 new correctional officers, and I look forward to seeing the numbers of PPSOs soon, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, safety is not only about laws and police, it is also about breaking cycles. That's why we created a school attendance officers, Madam Speaker. Already 388 more kids back in classroom where they belong, not roaming in the streets like Labour celebrated, Madam Speaker. In Casuarina, this means fewer kids roaming in the shopping centres during school hours. It means fewer young people hanging around the bus stops. It means more young people learning, achieving, and building a future, Madam Speaker. We are on this side now, Madam Speaker, that education is most important pillar in creating productive members of our society. Madam Speaker, we also deliver the Circuit Breaker program, supporting 94 children and their families to deal with domestic violence, health, and education issues. And we put in place 137 family responsibility agreements to restore accountability, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, in Casuarina, these programs mean fewer excuses and more accountability. They mean families getting the support they need to keep the kids on the track, instead of letting crime take a hold, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we cannot talk about supporting police without talking about pay. We have put a new EBA agreement on the table, one that keeps anti-police as the highest paid in the country. Constables, senior constables, sergeants, and senior sergeants will remain number one. Superintendents will be the second highest nationally, Madam Speaker. We back our police on this side of the chamber, Madam Speaker. This isn't just about money. It's about respect. It's about telling police in Casuarina, we value your work, we respect your sacrifice, and we want you to stay in the territory, Madam Speaker. We want police across Australia to look north and say, the NT is the best place to serve. So thank you to all the former and current members of our police across the territory, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, on 1st September, we began the OC spray trial. As Chief Minister mentioned yesterday, that in 1 day alone, more than 250 Territorians purchased OC spray. The average age was, Madam Speaker, 47 years old. That shows people are taking this responsibly. In Casuarina, moms and dads have told me this gives us a peace of mind, Madam Speaker. Seniors have told me this makes me feel safer walking at night. And when a handful of people who were prohibited tried to buy it, police acted immediately. Notices to appear were issued. The message is clear, Madam Speaker. If you try to break the rules, police will find you and you will face the consequences. Madam Speaker, this is about giving Territorians a more choice in their personal safety. And it is about backing that choice with police powers to make sure it is safe. Madam Speaker, this week also passed the Transport Legislation Amendment Bill. This bill gives police on-the-spot fines for unlicensed drivers. It means police can deal swiftly with unsupervised learners and never licensed drivers. It frees the courts to deal with the most serious offenders, Madam Speaker. What does that mean in Casuarina, Madam Speaker? It means safer roads for families in driving down Tower Road. It means fewer risks for students crossing near Dripstone. It means cleaning up abandoned vehicles in our suburbs. Madam Speaker, as Minister Yan said, at the heart of that bill is giving police more options, giving transit officers powers to keep buses safe, and giving courts stronger tools for dangerous drivers. All this matters for Casuarina families who rely on the safe roads and safe buses every day, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I will repeat the message because it matters. Casuarina families want to feel safe. Casuarina seniors want to walk without fear. Casuarina kids deserve safe schools and safe streets. Casuarina businesses deserve safe shopping centers and safe customers. That is why we are delivering public police safety officers urgently, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we made a promise to Territorians. We would take action, deliver certainty, and restore safety. We are delivering on that promise, Madam Speaker. And we will keep delivering because Casuarina deserves safety. In fact, whole territory needs safety, Madam Speaker. And this government will not stop until we deliver it. We are getting on with the job, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, in conclusion, today's bill is urgent because without it, we cannot even begin the industrial negotiations that will set the pay and conditions of this new role. Recruitment is scheduled to commence in October, and that can only happen once this rank is formally created. Madam Speaker, the creation of the Police Public Safety Officer is not just another piece of red tape. It is vital reform for our community, Madam Speaker. These officers will eventually bring together the work of police auxiliaries, public safety, housing officers, and transit safety officers. They will have police powers under the Act, but with specific instruments of appointment that clearly set out their responsibility, Madam Speaker. In the plain language, Madam Speaker, PPSOs will be visible, approachable, and present in the very places every community needs them most. They will be forward-facing officers, engaging with the public, tackling antisocial behavior, supporting our public housing areas, and making our public transport safer. Madam Speaker, for Casuarina, this means something very real. It means more officers at Casuarina Square when antisocial behavior flares. It means more support around TV and Nakara bus stops. It means more engagement in a housing presence to prevent problems before they escalate. Madam Speaker, today's bill is about giving our police force that support it needs, giving our community the safety it deserves, and giving the Northern Territory a model of policing that works for the future, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we promised action, certainty, and security. With this bill, with PPSOs, and with every reform we are delivering, We are keeping that promise for Casuarina and for the territory. I commend this reform to the House. Thank you.